打咗幾場之後咧，咁啊輪到我 team 咧就去做匿埋啦。咁咧我就選擇咗喺地下一個女廁嗰度咧就匿埋啦。咁啊後尾咧就感覺有啲嘢喺我後邊，好 close。我淨係望一望後邊之後咧，跟住冇嘢。越諗咧就越覺得好似唔多妥咯。咁所以咧我就即係離開咗間嗰個廁所啦。
I wasn't thrilled about heading back inside. But Ricky's experience in a room where he had said there had been rumors of a suicide had given me sufficient reason.
Okay, so I've been avoiding it, but that, right through these bushes and up these stairs, is the women's bathroom. Take a look. So I'm exploring the second floor here. There's a weird smell in the air here. And it's starting to rain. I know it's just the natural acoustics of having entered a tile space, but this room sounds completely different. Like the air just closes in as soon as you enter. Oh, it's eerily quiet in here too. So this is about where Ricky would have been, crouching here in the stall in the ladies' bathroom, hiding from his friends, thinking that no one would be able to find him. And you gotta imagine yourself sitting here quietly, and then suddenly you feel someone touching you in the small of your back. This is definitely the creepiest place in this building. And I think I will leave.
The list of hauntings was mounting. There was Ricky's testimony, and then there was an incident that seemed to have physical consequences for one member of a so-called spiritual exploration team.
There's another story here on the web about a group of 12 kids who actually heard about the stories here, and they decided to sneak in, brave as they are, at nighttime. And while they were wandering, all of them swear they saw a figure of a lady in red through the windows. On the way out, one of the girls just started freaking out, acting really strange, screaming, choking herself and attacking her friends. And they had to take her away on a gurney. And later when she came to, she said that she had visions of people killing themselves, committing suicide. And it turns out that there were rumors of a teacher at this school who had killed herself in one of the bathrooms.
The place gave me the creeps. I knew it was the power of suggestion, but I could see how those derelict schoolrooms could conjure up imagined ghosts and weird sensations. The girls said they saw an apparition, a woman in red, standing next to a grave. Behind the building, believe it or not, a cemetery. Why was it there, right next to a school? I began to wonder if the lady in red had something to do with the people buried here. If a school teacher did commit suicide, was this where she was buried? Could a real tragedy have have been the inspiration for this lady in red? I sent an inquiry to the Hong Kong Police Department. And then I got my answer. There was no record of a suicide at Dak Dak. That suggested that the lady in red wasn't based on a real person. It is possible she was based on a fictional one. Born out of ancient Chinese myth and legend, maybe she was more than the product of some teenage girl's imagination. Joseph Bosco, a professor of anthropology at the Chinese University of Hong Kong. His published work offers a possible explanation to the lady in red and Ricky's stories. But I needed more details.
The culture creates these images for us.
So specifically with the Dak Dak school, I went to go see what there was about this story involving these 12 junior high school kids. Now, a group of them went, and they went wandering around, and they swear they saw a woman dressed in red near some gravestones somewhere near the bathroom. Like, what would any of that mean to you?
That's very easily understood in the Chinese context. The women in red really represent women who are violent ghosts. They died a violent death and they're a hungry ghost. It was not uncommon for women who were being bullied by their mother-in-law or in an untenable position would kill themselves and kind of a revenge on the family. And if they were wearing red, that would make them even an especially powerful ghost.
There is a legend that there was a teacher who, after she was raped, committed suicide in that bathroom. Now, does that lead to that conclusion? I mean, does that make sense in the cultural context?
It does, and it doesn't really have to have actually happened. That is also a way of explaining why that place seems so creepy. Those stories are not necessarily true in the sense that you can look up in the newspaper and find out that that actually happened. They can be true in the sense that that's a cultural way of explaining why those places make people feel uncomfortable. The way I see it is you've got an abandoned school with wild grass growing, with sounds of dogs and graves within sight. And then a lot of these other stories are added on because it makes sense and it fills in the story in the Chinese context. So it seems like a perfect storm, but what you really have is a perfect setting to elaborate ghost stories from.